One of the most damaging misconceptions I hear is the idea that borderline personality disorder and antisocial personality disorder are the same thing. Some people even go so far as to use the word psychopath to describe both. I'm Dr. Jen. I've been a psychologist for over 20 years, specializing in personality disorders. And today I want to clear the air. Because if we don't understand the hardware behind behavior, any behavior, we can't find the path to healing. Here's the truth. People with BPD are not generally psychopaths. In fact, they very often care deeply. It's part of the challenge for them, usually. Even if, in the heat of a glitch, it's hard to tell. Are there some exceptions? Yes, there are definitely people who have both BPD and ASPD. The core of BPD, though, is emotional dysregulation. So the internal fire of someone with BPD burns white hot. So when you see a bad behavior in BPD, it's generally driven by a desperate attempt to get a perceived need met. A need for safety, connection, or to stop the pain of perceived abandonment. The intentions of people with BPD are generally good. Not always, but generally. The issue is their software just chooses a survival tactic that ends up backfiring. Now, ASPD, what people often associate with psychopathy, is different. The behavior isn't usually driven by an emotional fire. It's often a calculated move to gain power, profit, pleasure, what have you, at the expense of other people. There's a fundamental deficit in empathy in people with ASPD. In other words, the hardware for caring about another person's pain is often offline. Think of it this way. While BPD is often characterized by too much emotional noise, ASPD is characterized by a lack of it. Now, I want to be very clear. Explaining the why is not the same as excusing the behavior. Y'all have heard me say this many times. Whether it's BPD, ASPD, or something else entirely, if someone's actions are harmful, those actions are unacceptable. Full stop. In my 2+ decades of practice, I've seen that you can have a good intention and still leave a trail of destruction behind you. Having BPD doesn't give you a get-out-of-jail-free card for how you treat people. It's not what I'm saying here. The difference is that with BPD, there's a core of empathy we can work with. We can retrain the internal CEO to meet those needs in a healthy and direct way. Understanding the difference isn't about letting people off the hook. It's about knowing which tool to use to fix the problem. Now you know. I'll see you next time.